So, it's been a while. I been on and off, mainly off. But we're back here again in the garden. Tried to give you a bit of an interesting view. But let's just get right to it, shall we? A new direction. The thing is with this channel, with the reason I've been so on and off, is mainly due to the question between quantity and quality. I don't know if any of you have already seen or not, I don't know who's watching this video. I did make a bit of a announcement on the channel about this new direction quite a while ago, honestly. And you can either give that a bit of a read, try not to dive too much in detail on the irrelevant topics. It's kind of relevant, but the thing is, right, I say a new direction. It's the only way to describe it. I don't know who's going to be watching this video, I know it's going to be like a decent few maybe, considering the size of this channel. But I know there's probably only going to be like one or two people who generally stick around to the end. And that's fine. I understand. Not a lot of people are really into these kinds of videos. But regardless, I'm here. So let's just address it one by one, shall we? So, why I've been so inconsistent. At one point in time, I was recording twice a week. Right? The prime of my channel. It was good. I loved the consistency. It felt like I was really getting at it. I was really working. Fast forward a few weeks, instantly noticed how much of my time had been taken up. And it really made me question what was my priority. Was it YouTube? Was it starting my own business, which is, I know, the trend lately. I'm not trying to commit to much trends at all, but I think that I've already covered that in the past video, but I'd been questioning, and I didn't really actually have much time to do my other stuff, because I had to immediately record the one day, then plan the video the next day, and then what, and my editor's also not a full-time editor. He has his own stuff that he wants to do, so I had to be lenient with him as well, and it just took up a lot of time. And I thought, okay, we're gonna have to reduce it to once a week, And also, I think the biggest issue for me was I felt guilty every time I stopped recording, and it felt as if I could have done better. There was more to say. I could have said it better, because I could perform really well, I could be having amazing energy finally, I could perform well, but there's that little tint on my soul, knowing that there was something more, that there was I could have said it better. There was something, just because I urge to get it all out, all the information, at the same time in the video, because I feel as if one thing, just one sentence, one word that I could have added could have changed somebody's life. I don't really like saying that, change somebody's life, because my whole belief is it's not one thing. It's a continuous amount of small things and leading to big things, and it's a bunch of big things as well. So I'm never really a fan of videos that are like, this quote changed my life, this what, it could change how you think of things, of course, but it's not what changes your life. I'm side ranting, I'm sorry, but and so it made me question if quantity really was the superior way for this channel, because a lot of YouTubers advise quantity over quality, mainly when it comes to new channels, and I can see why. When I was remaining consistent, it was a good feeling, and channels and the algorithm especially cares more about consistency than quality at the beginning, like I said. But when I really thought about what really makes me enjoy YouTube, and lately, honestly, what's been taking up a lot of my mind lately, is the perspective of being an artist. These videos is these small configured pieces of my creativity, and I just, lately I've been falling in love with the concept of creativity, of art, and people like Mozart and flipping even Kanye, you know, two completely different people. Mainly in the music industry, you know, people who are known for creativity are known to have brilliant minds due to their creativity. And I love it, you know. It's just lately I want that to be a part of me, you know, if I can incorporate that in my life as well. And I view YouTube that way, you know. Always looking for more ways to express my creativity, to expand it, you know. And there's projects I'm pursuing to pursue that as well. And I'd love to be known to have, because I feel like creativity is also it's not always natural. I feel like it can be practiced, you know. I feel as if creativity, obviously to some people it comes more natural, you know. And for other people, I believe people merely just thinking creativity is just something you're either born with or not is just a very limiting belief. Because I feel as if creativity can be practiced, you know. And the way I do it is a formula inspired by Mr. Beast, honestly. Weirdly enough, is inspiration times 100 plus my own style. That's like the formula, you know. I'm gonna take this thing that I'm inspired by, make it 100 times better, and add that bit of Liam to it, you know. And so I know this is a young channel. I know this is new. I know in order to be successful at YouTube at the beginning, to get it faster, I have to abide by the algorithm to have high flashy edits, you know, but I just feel so guilty. And I think I have also been influenced by the media quite a lot. And lately it's been a bit of unraveling that influence and truly figure out what it is that I want, you know, what it is that I want to do. And I love these kinds of videos where I just get to sit down and talk to a camera. You know, like, what's his name? That channel, I've been watching that lately as well. Dry Creek Wrangler School or something like that. I don't know how to say it, but I love his videos, you know. And I like recording like this too, to feel genuine. I feel so much less cringe when I look at my own video when it's pure, genuine authenticity, you know. And that's really what I've been trying to wrap my head around. And how do I make these videos authentic? There was this term called beastification on YouTube by this YouTuber. It's basically Mr. Beast, right? And I don't blame Mr. Beast. Everyone loves flipping Mr. Beast because, you know, charitable, and he's okay. We all know Mr. Beast. Okay, if you're on this platform, you don't know him, you truly amaze me. And all these YouTubers, when they realize they want to get big on YouTube, edit like him, talk like him, they're loud and charitable like him. I just feel as if they're mini Mr. Beasts, you know? Like, I just really, honestly, deep in my core, I've become a big fan of authenticity, being genuine, you know? And this form of creativity is another term I found is called authentic editing. And I'm really, really trying to figure out my style and what makes me, you know? And how to share that on YouTube and how to embrace that, you know? And that's what I've been occupying my time with. Quality over quantity. And I love these kinds of videos where I just get to sit down, and I've put in intense effort here to build this setup. I'm really trying to embrace my character, you know, really trying to embrace quality over quantity. But to be fair, now that I'm out of that rhythm, I've been extremely inconsistent. I was going to post a video about like 2 weeks ago about relationships. But again, as I was learning about authentic editing, as I was really trying to embrace creativity, I felt guilty. Like I knew there was so much more that could be said, there's so much more that could be done. And as those weeks were continuing, as it was being edited, so much more was happening in my relationship, you know. And lately I've really been trying to live as an example. And I feel like videos on discipline, I'm not that disciplined of a individual anymore. I don't think I actually even ever was, and I'm really still struggling, you know. So I'm probably gonna remake a video about that. My opinion on video games has changed. I feel as if it actually is okay to play video games, but only once you've accomplished and succeeded your goals. And I feel like if you have the ability to quit and you know for a solid fact that you can quit for 3 years straight without guilt, without urges, and you can quit, then it is okay to play. But I still stand by the fact that there's better ways to spend your time. But there's some special occasions with friends, whatever. I truly do value consistency. It's very important, and I suck at it. And I'm really trying to become more disciplined as well. And I lack a lot. I'm here today to an attempt to get back in that rhythm, to make better videos. So I've been inconsistent. I'll quickly address the elephant in the room. The hair. Yeah, that's right. You see it? You see it? You see it? It's kind of just floppy right now. It's supposed to be styled upwards. I don't really care much for how I look. Kind of, I have a girlfriend now. So when I'm not around her, I can care less. But, I have plans for this channel. Plenty of plans. I'm always thinking about how I can edit better, how I can talk better, how I can convey a message better, more stuff I can add, And I'm really trying to just remove that ideology, that idea of grinding the algorithm, because when it comes to YouTube, right, I've built this, honestly, I think this can help a lot of people as well. I've built this question system thing, right? This protocol, whatever, this formula, about how I can identify how I want to pursue things, right? I'll just give you an example. It's much easier to explain that way. Let's think of the music industry, right? And I think of me being a musician or an artist, The way I like to think of it is, I ask myself this one question, right? And the answers do change over time, But when it comes to YouTube, actually, I ask myself, would I rather watch YouTube videos or make YouTube videos? And I think of the kind of life a YouTuber lives, or people on YouTube live, Some aren't always just YouTubers themselves. I think it's cool to watch YouTube videos, but eventually it gets boring, and I'd rather be a YouTuber. I think of music. Would I rather listen to music or make music? I'd probably prefer listening to music, Plenty of good music out there, and I don't really enjoy the life of a music artist. When you see how they live and stuff. I think of business. Would I rather see business, do business 100%, and I need those skills in life. Yes, I have dreams. I have ambitions. I'm pursuing creativity. There's just so much stuff I want to do with my life. So of course I have to pursue business. I need lots of money to do all the stuff I want to do in life. The people I want to do it with and stuff. So I'm inspired by plenty of people. I'm taking inspiration from all these little places and thinking about how can I incorporate that? How can I make that my style? And my editor's doing so as well. And I don't have the best equipment. I know I'm very limited with my equipment, and I'm in sheer panic right now about this phone. But I feel like when you dirty a pair of shoes, when you have ripped clothes, when you have these long cut clothes, when you have this weird looking hairstyle, when you have these things falling on your desk and things are messy, and I'm literally using a box that came with clothes in, a Pokemon book, my mom's phone because mine got stolen, my laptop connected to my thingy here in my garden with a really obese cat next to me. I feel like even though some of these things are limiting, I feel like it adds to character. When I dirty my shoes, right? I used to think, my beautiful white shoes. That's what people do. But now when I dirty them, I'm like, it all depends which ones. I have a nice pair of white shoes and I have a more used pair of white shoes. But the used pair of white shoes, when I get that dirt mark there and I haven't washed it for a while, I don't think, that's so ugly, I mean, of course I wash my shoes, but I kind of view that as character. I kind of view that as memory. I kind of view that as adding a bit of that spice to your character, as they do with skateboards. When it comes to skateboards, a lot of people will go to a skate park and they'd like grind their new boards on rails. You know, I would love a new skateboard and just try to keep it as clean as possible. But I understand why they would scratch it and they'd dirty it a little bit, because you're adding character to the skateboard, you know? And I'm a big fan of the kind of ideology, you know? And I feel like whilst this stuff does limit me, it adds a bit of character to my situation, you know, to me, to give you a bit of ideology of who I really am, you know? But that's why I've been inconsistent. That's what my mind's been on. And honestly, when it comes to the future plans of what the videos like this, I might do this once a week, whenever I record once a week. I'm supposed to. Every now and then, this can become like a series, you know, this just sit in authenticity. Every video will have editing, because I'm trying to authentically edit, trying to embrace my character, you know, to give it that bit of spark, that spice, you know, when it comes with editing. I have to ensure that there's something special about me, you know, because a lot about this is technically kind of like that I do not know his name. I will give you a picture of who he is, or of his channel, of his face, or whatever. This video is a lot like his, you know, so of course I have to incorporate edits, give it a bit of my style. You're going to see a lot of change on this channel, you know. You're going to see, for all we know, a week from now, I'm going to be like, nope, quantity. Now I'm going to be like, quality, you know. Probably not, you know, probably still remain quality, but there's going to be a lot of change, especially because it's a new channel, because it's young, you know. And I know how important quantity is, but I can't bring myself to do it. And I feel like quality is, that's just, my head was boggled with it for a while. I just kept thinking, should I? And then I think I saw the bottom part of that. I really do not want to missay the name. I used to say Kyrgyzstan, whatever. I saw the bottom of their banner and it said quality over quantity, and it just solidified it for me, you know. So it's a weird analogy, weird thing to tell you, but that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been up to, and I'm trying to give you guys a bit of views. I'm still trying to put in effort, trying to highlight my character. There's so much going on in my life, but the really big highlight of this is this channel taking a new direction. Really doing my best to make this as high quality as possible, because it's not just quality, I mean like high quality, you know. Hence why I put so much effort into getting this background instead of my boring ass cupboard. I'm really just trying to explore this concept of creativity. I know I've been saying that like I sound like a broken record at this point by saying the same words like 75 times. You know, so every time I press this record button, I'm at a loss of words sometimes. I don't see this inconsistency as a bad thing. You know, it's better for me to remain consistent, but if it's in pursuit of something better, of making better videos, editing better, I know, like that video, like I said I was going to make on relationships, I completely scrapped it. And like we put in a lot of work for that, but I just completely got rid of it, you know, because purely for the sake of quality, you know. And whilst I know that this video is probably extremely boring for a lot of people, I feel like I'm going to try rather change the perspective of these videos to make the videos for me, you know. But like to an extent, because I feel as if each and every one of these videos I want to put my heart and soul into it, you know. I want to give every bit of information I can, which kind of burns me out when it comes to videos, or what videos to make on next. Because if I make a video about relationships, you know, I'm going to give every bit of information, all the good, sweet shit, you know, in that one video. And it's like, what else do I, you know, I can't really make much videos on relationships now, considering I just said everything I had to say. It also kind of motivates me to get more going on in my life, you know, so there's more videos to make stuff about. But that's me. Apologize for the inconsistency, but I promise I will be here. I love YouTube. I really do. I love this channel, and I'm learning to prioritize quality. And this isn't just for me, you know, because this thumbnail is probably going to be just literally me in this garden. And okay, right before this video ends, right, I used to use a headline analyzer for what would be the best, easiest to search and will come up the most often, you know, to end up on people's For You pages. I tried to make the best I could thumbnails, whatever, uh, so on and so forth. And don't get me wrong, I'm still going to put in tons of effort into these thumbnails. But the titles, this one's probably going to be a new direction, right? Like this video is a lot like Hamza's videos, some of his videos, how it used to be, I guess. But I feel like this has become quite a highly valued video. I mean, type of video, this level of authenticity, because I feel like everything's so stimulating, everything's so dramatic. If you just look at one Mr. Beast video, you will know, I feel like that's become so popular lately. People are actually just craving something different. And that's why podcasts have become so famous lately. But even they, oh my soul, even they are starting to get out of hand. But yeah, honestly, I might even start my own podcast one day. I feel like it's just so interesting, to get to meet these people, to get to do it in such a professional way. But these kinds of videos are just to inform you. It's for the people who value these kinds of videos. Just sit down and talk to a camera and just, let yourself out. And you don't have to filter yourself. I do my best not to filter myself. So I don't want to be fake, but I feel like you do to some degree have to perform if you want to be like a good YouTuber or just be good on camera. So I apologize if this video was boring. You didn't have to stay if you didn't want to. If you did, then again, I thank you. Helps me out quite a lot. Highlights is just creativity. Doing my best to embrace another side of life, I guess. I'm still trying to do the stuff that I don't like to do, like through discipline, trying to live as an example. A bunch of stuff, honestly. So much going on. But yeah. So, thank you for watching. And look forward to seeing you next time. I'll end on this one. Waste no time speaking of what a good man is like. Be one.